Hello everyone, this is Virginia Rosenberg from HeavenlyBodiesHealing.com, broadcasting to you from Nosara, Costa Rica on the 4th of March 2016. And the reason I'm compelled to broadcast now is because there is a really powerful new moon eclipse going on March 8th, and I wrote just a tiny little update about it on Facebook and got a ton of responses, so I wanted to give a little bit more context about that eclipse. So this eclipse is a pretty massive event. It's the biggest eclipse of the year. We typically have about 4 eclipses a year, and they range about 6 months apart. The reason this eclipse is so big is there's many different reasons, but one of them is that we have 8 different bodies in the sign of Pisces all lined up during this eclipse. So Pisces is the sign of spiritualization, release, letting go, dreaming, imagination, and oneness. And here in Costa Rica, I feel really aligned with the sign of Pisces currently because it's akin to the ocean. So Pisces is the part of human development when you just release everything and everything goes back to source, everything goes back to spirit, everything goes back to oneness. So typically at this time of year, while the sun is traveling through Pisces, it's a really amazing time to access your own visions for the future. It's an amazing time to gestate your dreams for the active part of the year that's often upcoming for those of us who are in winter time and gearing up in preparation for spring and summer. Pisces is the time when we really go inside to rest, meditate, rejuvenate, and recalibrate so that we can leap into action for the year ahead once things get moving into Aries and then Taurus and so on. So this eclipse is taking place at 7:54 p.m. on March 8th, and that's Central Standard Time, and it's at the 18th degree of Pisces. And the reason this is really fascinating is because many major planets are between 16 and 20 degrees during this eclipse. So if you have planets or bodies in your chart that are at 18 degrees, between 16 and 21 degrees, you're going to be feeling this eclipse. And that's going to be for pretty much everybody out there, but especially if you have mutable energies in your chart. So Gemini, Pisces, Sagittarius, and Virgo. If you've got anything between 16 and 21 degrees in mutable signs, you're really, really going to be feeling this. The eclipse at 18 degrees is almost exactly conjunct Chiron and also the South Node. So what that says to me is this is an incredibly sensitive time, and it's very much about releasing, letting go of the past so that we can make room for the dreams of the future. So we're all collectively facing kind of an accumulation of toxicity right now, and it's going to be coming up on the psycho, spiritual, emotional levels. So it can be very subtle. If you're not tuned in, if you're not really energetically or emotionally aware, if you're more of a material, concrete type person, then you may not even be conscious of a shift that takes place at this time. But what I see when I look at this chart is that the stars are literally aligning for very old material to be released on a collective level so that we can all start to access a deeper inspiration, a deeper connection with our own spirit, a deeper connection with intuition, and a deeper ability to manifest the properties of unconditional love into this world right here, right now. So sometimes there are blockages that prevent us from accessing and manifesting and exhibiting that feeling, that essence of unconditional love. And this is one of those cosmic alignment times where some of those barriers, some of those obstacles just naturally give way. They naturally give way. So what happens when structures and things that have been in place for a long period of time give way? Sometimes It can be overcoming. It can be like a tidal wave. It can feel like something's crashing down. It can feel really uncomfortable. It can feel like a loss. It can feel like a failure. It can feel like confusion. It can feel like your energy is totally sapped, or you're getting sick, or whatever. These are all types of different ways that our bodies and our lives exhibit and experience the process, the natural process of release, which is healing. So there's so much more that I could say about this eclipse, but just to encapsulate it really quickly and simply for everyone who's interested, I'll say that it's a time of release. It's a time of letting go so that you can embrace the highest level of personal growth and evolution that is available to you at this time, because all of us need to up-level our alignment with self and spirit and what really rings true to our authenticity and to our meaning. We're reframing our belief systems in this life right now. All of us collectively together. The world is changing, and part of that is we need to reframe our thoughts, our minds, our belief systems in order to align our day-to-day mundane activities with what we now believe in. So this eclipse could very much be a letting go or a release around anything that's preventing you from living in alignment with your highest truth. So that's what I'll say about this now. If you're curious how this eclipse is affecting you in particular, then contact me for a session. My website is heavenlybodieshealing.com. Just get in touch through the contact form, and I am so excited and happy to explore that with you, because this work is my embodiment of unconditional love. It's my passion, it's my dream, it's my vision that I'm offering, that I'm bringing forth, and there's nothing that I love to do more than geek out and nerd out over your chart and access my own deeper level of unconditional love in this time. Thank you so much. Blessings for your eclipse.